When we are avoidant to the experiences of the human experience, we essentially miss out on so many elements of living and what truly give us joy because we're avoidant of the experiences of that. And this is coming from experience. This is coming from experience of being so focused on just like right in front of me, just being so focused on getting there that I forget everything else around me that brings me joy. Like simply just being around my dogs bring me joy. Doing this brings me joy. But I'm not going to lie to you all. In the last, when I found out, when I first started to experience living and the enjoyment of that, even though I've been alive for a majority of my life, I wasn't really living. I was really just surviving. I'm just going to put it that way, right? So when I actually started to experience living, it's great, but then you've got to go through the learning experience of bounding that. I needed a boundary, and I still am practicing and learning that because I could get hooked on something. And because I haven't experienced that something, I get a little obsessive with it and I get attached to it in a way where nothing else matters until this certain thing happens. Nothing else is relevant, and it sucks all the joy out of you. Nina's heard me so many times, just the misery. Because, yeah, there are certain things you don't want to experience, and they're happening, and you wish they weren't. That's valid, right? But I forget that me sitting outside brings me contentment. Even just looking out my window here and watching the pigeons, sometimes like they fight amongst each other, and I'm just watching them, being like, "What's your debacle about? Who did what?" You know, it's the little things. It really is the little things that we don't see. And if we were shown a slideshow of our lives, what would you want to change if you wanted to change something, or what would you want to shift? I don't mean change as in just this massive movement. It doesn't have to be that. You give it your own meaning, you give it your own version. But if you looked at the slideshow of your life, are there things that bring you joy, but you don't give energy to them because you're so focused on getting there and movement and hustle and productivity, because that blocks the human experience in so many different ways, only because human beings programmed it to be like that.